largest population of Somalis in Canada, we still are not seen and heard of in the media or the community. So I believe this is changing, and it really takes the efforts of us coming together, having these kind of events, and always sharing. The little success that you do is really good to share. And our first speaker, which will be Uma Jama.
I always had these stereotypes in my head of Somalis, negative stereotypes, always thinking they're so loud, judgmental, annoying, So I always made sure I stayed away from Somalis, actually made an effort to stay away from them. Didn't learn my language, didn't know nothing about Somali, okay? So I've lived in Calgary for 4 years, and my best friend is very Somali, so I learned the language from her, thank God. I was born here, but I didn't grow up here, so when I came here, I felt like I wasn't Canadian enough to actually say I was Canadian, right? I either had to be completely white and had the full-on accent with the A at the end. But it took me a while, because when I came here, I had the full, thick African accent. And every time someone would ask me, where are you born? I'd be like, Canada. I'd be like, no, really, where are you born? Right? So it took me a while to realize that being Canadian doesn't really mean I have to speak perfect English, which, thank God I do. At least now, I've managed to learn how to mix it, be Somali and Canadian. It's not what everybody tells me, oh, you gotta be white, you gotta do stuff, you gotta, speak perfect English, and being Somali, wedera, and know how to do danto and stuff like that.
My name is Yasmin. For those of you who don't understand, I'm really sorry. This is actually a poem that I grew up to a lot of students, and we would actually study it at school too, so it was fun. I remember my parents would make us sing this a lot. Thank you.
Mine's in English, so you're good. But it's not as fancy, unfortunately. This is something I wrote, and it's about Somalia and how I grew up in Canada, but sometimes I do feel a little distance. So here you go. I felt the touch, I yearned the feeling, I craved the taste. You are so close, but so far away, a distant relative, some may say. I know you're a part of me, and I know you exist, so why are you not close? Is it the land that separates us? Is it the people mocking us? Is it the blood that spills on you? Is it the tribalism that's ingrained in you? No, I get it. You were raped and killed 1,000 times, and as you cried and cried, all we did was watch. Until you were nothing, until you were shriveled up and ready to die. But still, you rise. Tainted, but still, you rise. You use your blood to keep us alive. You use your tears to keep us fed. You push through your pain to keep us sane. I mean, what could you do? The world was watching us. They wanted to see us die, because our demise was like some type of sick, twisted prize. They wanted one more nation they could criticize, one more nation they can tantalize. They wanted headlines to read Somalia, the disenfranchised. But when you birth a nation of kings and queens, resilience is embedded in our genes. So we will rise, and just like the sun, we will shine. And just like the stars, we are bright. And just like gold, we are rich.
And before you start, can you show what you're wearing?
Oh, sure, we're fashioning it off.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Are you talking while I model, or?
I can, yeah.
360.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm in 6-inch heels, no 360.
So Uma's wearing, I guess, a traditional bati. And Guntina, sorry. Bati is like a house dress. I'm glad you guys are paying attention, because someone got 3 hours of sleep last night. And the interesting thing about Guntina is if you go and research ancient Egyptian clothing, it's very similar. So this is one thing that a lot of the East African nations still have.
And it comes with like, in Somalia you say kabasad or something on the shoulder, but it's really hot in here, I'm sorry. But yeah, so are we good?
Yes, we're good, thank you.
Whew, what a night. First and
foremost, thank you so much for coming. I know the weather is terrible. It really means a lot that you are here, so thank you so much. Tonight is a night of celebration and community building. It's time to celebrate me, you, and all of us here, all of us gathered here tonight. We as people, as families, as friends, as individuals, and most important, as Canadians, have come to share this night, so thank you again. I'd like to share with you why this very event is very important to me and what this moment means to me. Growing up, I was surrounded by amazing people. People who were kind to me, who taught me, nurtured me, and mentored me. I was raised in a good neighborhood in Ottawa, went to great schools, and even graduated from one of Canada's best universities. I am quite proud of my accomplishments and how far I've come. However, this did not come without struggle. Because growing up, I saw my mom struggle with 2 jobs, raising 5 kids on her own, and a sick mother. This was a reality for many Somali families who came to Canada in the early 1990s. And it's still a reality for many of us today. We didn't have a community to be a part of, to share our pain or our experience. Everybody was on survival mode. And when you're on survival mode, you don't have space for celebration or anything to celebrate, unless, of course, somebody's getting married. As the years went by and we were no longer surviving and we were thriving, we've had many occasions to celebrate. But again, I have never seen such an event as tonight. As we have accomplished our goals and are still accomplishing for our goals, striving for more and contributing to our communities and Canadian society, I couldn't help but feel isolated. I didn't see enough of Somali professionals anywhere, and I didn't hear enough about Somali professionals. So I thought to myself, if I, as a Somali woman who is a professional and who is successful, is not hearing about this, what about the mainstream Canadians? What about other Canadians? What do they hear about us? So I wanted to know if other Canadians really knew about our successes and the successes of Somali Canadians and the contributions that we have made to this country we call home. As you all know, the media doesn't do a great job in talking about us or sharing us in a positive light or in a realistic light. Does everyone know that we actually have doctors, lawyers, nurses, professors, teachers, social workers? Do they know we have community developers, business owners, engineers, police officers? Do they know we have artists and poets? Most importantly, do we as Somali Canadians know this? So this is why we are here tonight. This is why we're here to celebrate all of our successes. So growing up and throughout the years, I didn't feel like I had much to be proud of. And to be quite honest with you, I never really cared much for my Somali identity. I didn't care to be Somali. All I cared was to be Canadian. Because Canada gave me a home. Canada gave me freedom. Canada gave me peace. Canada gave me a chance to succeed. Because growing up, I was hurt. I was hurt by Somalia. I was hurt by the Civil War. So was my family and many other families. But the thing is, I've learned that one bad experience cannot shape your life. The war maybe took 25 years, but Somalia gave us centuries to celebrate. It gave us centuries to be who we are and be proud of our people, to be proud of ourselves, to know we have dignity, pride, and most of all, self-identity. Do you know that many people can't even trace back 3 generations, but I can trace back thousands of years? So to end this, I hope that myself, along with Mana and Asma and Fatima and Badriya
and Farhia, and Allah, and every other organizer in this event have changed the perspective for the future generations of Somali Canadians. And I hope that all of you are here to witness this and contribute back, and in turn empower our future generations. I hope that they grow up with a sense of self and a sense of pride in both their Somali and Canadian identities. I hope that they know they come from a land of merchants, commerce, trade, royalty, abundance, and beauty. We are a nation of poets. Beauty flows from our veins. And with that said, I'd like to recite a quick little poem. You must be the change you want to see in the world. You must learn patience and perseverance. Be cautious of the naysayers, those who tell you it can't be done, and even if it could, it wouldn't be you. Learn self-discipline, learn what you can and cannot do, but most importantly, learn what you won't do. Learn to work with others. You will need them. Learn to empower others, to celebrate others, and to love others. Leadership is within you. You are all that you will ever need. You are enough. You are beauty and power. You must sit in your power. You are royalty. You are love and you are loved. You are as the Almighty created you. You are you and no one else can be you. Live a life worth living. Love while you are living. Live a life you are proud of and always be inspired. For when you inspire people and they become inspirers, you help them live their full potential lives. Thank you.
When I was growing up, I would hear stories about a community leader or a tribe leader didn't do something good, so a poet threatened him, I'm gonna write a bad poem about you. By saying that, it was just like the biggest threat you could think of. It was like as close to assassination as possible, because at the time when there was no written language, the only way they would communicate is verbally. As nomads, you would move around, and whatever poetry that happened here would be carried around the country. And for somebody to say something about you and have the ability to tomorrow move to a different place and repeat the same thing, it's like a broadcast of its own.
Somalia, a Nation of Poets, is a partnership production with Ka Joog, enriching the lives of Somali youth in Minnesota, the Somali Museum of Minnesota, and TPT Twin Cities PBS. This program was made possible by the voters of Minnesota through a grant from the Minnesota State Arts Board, thanks to a legislative appropriation from the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Additional funding was provided by the Minnesota Historical Society.
We live, we breathe with our wings open, running fast, get caught with our limbs holding. Caught in the sense of our dreams being broken, the youth have no choice but to sell their dreams for a token. And old age is unnoticed, the youth unfocused, and Al-Shabaab's trying to tell you they'll bring change, but only if you hold this. But I'm holding peace in one hand and freedom on the other. Peace in one hand and freedom on the other. And besides, what's the difference between galvanizing the bleak and sanitizing the heat, between utilizing the weak and institutionalizing the free? I said, what's the difference between galvanizing the bleak and sanitizing the heat, between utilizing the weak and institutionalizing the free? It's between not being able to see and what is the door of opportunities if you swallowed your own key. In order to stay sane, you have to confide in truth, because truth is woven in the fabrics of the women and the youth.
Somalia, for the longest time, was known as an oral society. Poetry is embedded in the language, our culture, advices that elders give to youth, stories, plays, and all facets of the Somali society.
What is Somalia? These are a group of Cushitic people in the eastern horn of Africa. There is a piece of peninsula that protrudes into the Indian Ocean. The Somali people, largely by one culture, but subdivided into subcultures according to the environment and the occupation. Largely nomadic people who are pastoralists, who look after animals, most valuably the camel and cattle and sheep and goats. The second in population, farm, satellite agricultural people. Most of the people think of these two, but there is very old tradition of living around the sea. The oldest towns or cities in Somalia are all along the coast.
Somali, if you translate it to mean to go and milk. Ma means to milk and so means to go and do, right? So this thing that's used to milk sort of goes to the heart of what it means to be Somali.
حروب عانبية سبول كهارور كرصاص لجهوب شيء كوا عذر هاري همون يرجعوا أبون دروعي سكوا هجرنايا كوا حلال بيرتا كوا أوهبيا كان هيستشي دالك إهاب كسبينتا هندسا دونك دد محاك العيستا هريرا دونك بقى كهورايا habaaska daluumay dad baa isku haysta haddaad u garsoorto runtii heli maysid hiddii afrikaanka durbaanka hadlaayay halaan halka ciilka cod baa ka hugmaya halyeeyada koonfur hankooda la quudhay horaa bari dhexena hugdaa loogu beeray haddaa geeska barina loo soo hanqal taagay haybtiisaba aadmi dadnimo ka huleeliye hagardaamo adduunka dad maxaa kala haysta
I often get, from young people, there's never anything for us. There's never anything happening. There's never any community things. And I would beg to differ because he's been working hard and bringing programs, bringing events, and having a lot of special things for the community for years. I think people just miss. We're the kind of people that we do everything by word of mouth, and especially for this event, it's much by more word of mouth. So really appreciate everyone being here. So I'll introduce again Uma Jama. Thank you.
Thank you, Muna. Thank you all. Tonight is a special night, really, and especially for the young people to see what your history was, what your culture was, and I hope you will be proud of our country. I would like to say a few words, and it's a great opportunity for our community to celebrate Black History Month in Calgary. Black History Month gives us the chance to learn more about the Black experience in Alberta, to hear stories of struggle and hope. It's an opportunity for our community to reflect our history, culture, and inspire. Any support you want? We need marches, we need volunteers to help elderly, young, sick, Also, I want to thank the organizers of this special event, which is I'm so proud. Our young people can do such events, really. The other thing I will thank also our guests from Carya.
We appreciate our culture, especially our elders, and keep bringing that about for each other. I think for a lot of us, the culture, there's been a gap. So we started out trying to catch up. A lot of us even live in kind of a survival mode where we're trying to catch up with everything. We're trying to catch up in our careers. We're trying to catch up in communities. And you start out not really, you kind of just, go to your education, you go to work, or you go to home. So you don't connect anymore with friends like we used to. So that's what we're trying to promote with this kind of events, is not just to come out here and enjoy this wonderful show and poetry and the event that we're doing, but to make connections here, talk to your neighbor and, get to know who this person sitting next to you is. Maybe you're reconnecting with a cousin you haven't seen in months because of the winter. So I hope we can have more events like this. Wow, that was amazing. Round of applause for the models and the dancers. And I would like to share, they literally practiced this whole routine, I would say 30 minutes before starting this event. That's how amazing they are, but they're just amazing. So what I want to do for this part, we really wanted to show you the screen, but it takes too long to just bring it down and bring it up. But just to talk about our organization. And I'm representing for Carya Calgary. So Carya is an organization that really has started this project about, I think, 2 years now, working with the Somali community. And I just joined in last year in March. And it's been a wonderful opportunity for me. I've been able to connect with so many wonderful people in this community. And it's one of the first time, I think, as I was saying to my project team, this is the first time I get to come to the office and speak my language. So that's a rare thing to have. It's an amazing organization, and just to share a little bit, Carya is committed to enhancing the quality of life of individuals and families, helping those who are experiencing difficulty and learn how to manage and overcome their obstacles. We develop holistic programs for Calgarians at every age and every stage of life, and work with them to strengthen individual and family relationships, help children reach their full potential, engage older adults to contributing to their communities, and assist vulnerable citizens to maintain their dignity and respect. We know you have the power to preserve through the ups and downs of life. Let's uncover that strength together. And that really captures for me what this organization is about. It's been a way where we're collaborating with you rather than us saying we're gonna, come and save you and fix all your problems. It really has been a manageable partnership with me, and just collaborating with different organizations, with mentoring youth. Some of us do tutoring programs, and I was hoping for one of my colleagues, Mohammed Farah, to be up here to share about that. Mohammed Farah, Tufa Saeed, we're part of the project team, the Somali project team, and there's programs that they provide throughout the city. Tufa has the women's program for the Somali women, which they meet twice a month at Radcliffe. And there's where they gather and share interesting lives and stories. And Tufa herself, I wish you could be with us tonight.
Hello guys, how's it going? So, first a round of applause, please, for the girls who set this up. This is really amazing. So essentially, our role as a team is to connect and collaborate with people in the community, and that's what just happened here. This is a collaboration with people in the community who came forward with their ideas and their initiatives, and we just help facilitate that. And that's essentially what we want to do and hope to do in the future. So if you guys do have any ideas or any kind of initiatives that you guys want to partake in, call us up. We would be willing to help, and we'd love to help you guys.
And working together, as I say thank you. Another thing I want to say is that I'm so proud of the girls behind me, making this
thing all come together. Wallahi, I wanted to say thank you guys. I also want to say alhamdulillah. I just want to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing this night to also happen. And yeah. My name is Jose. I actually don't go to Mount Royal, I go to the UFC. Yeah, and I also want to start SSA there. Inshallah.
Hi, I'm Farhiya. Hi, I'm Fatima, and I'm also a University of Calgary student. I'm the co-treasurer for the group, and we hope to put on more events in the future, and thank you all so much for turning up tonight. Hi, I'm Vidria. What's good? I am the Executive Communications Director, and I just wanted to share and recognize that it was Badria's family from Juvenile that provided the snacks that came. So that's the contribution that they made, and I just want to recognize and thank them for that. Thank you.
Hi, Asma again, Maro University, president of SSA MRU. We are hoping to start an SSA YYC actually. We just happened to start with MRU. And we're still waiting for Kota and Fatima to get to SSA UFC. And we're trying to find people to help us start SSA SATE so we can have better and bigger events, inshallah.
My name is Fatima number 2. I'm at MRU with Fateh and Badria. And I just want to give a great thanks to Muna and Uma Jama. Like, honestly, you guys, if it wasn't for you guys, they really, you know, try to put out there that they'll help you if you come up to them with like anything that you want to do. And they really took us in as like younger sisters to get this thing going for us, and we could have never done this without them. And I'm really grateful for you guys. I just want to say I'm grateful for these girls as well. Honestly, we had such a short time notice doing this, but we were able to get this together and bring it together, and it turned out really great, more than we expected it to turn out to be. And hopefully we'll be able to continue to make more events as SSA students in MRU and UFC, hopefully. One thing that Muna always told us was that there's not a great youth community in Calgary, especially Somali youth community. I feel like we're spread out, but there's a lot of us, and I feel like we can do so much if we come together and like, you know, work together to get things moving, and hopefully we'll be able to do that coming years and years to come.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, and I'm the executive activities coordinator, and inshallah, we'll have a lot more exciting events to come.
Okay, I'm sorry for that introduction. My name is Fatia. And I'm the co-treasurer for the SSA, and also I'm the headhunter, so I do find local Somalis to join our club, so keep in contact.
So one last thing before we all leave, I know you're all tired. So we have this great thing we discovered. Apparently in about a month or so, there's an SSA national conference going down in Ohio for all the SSAs from North American colleges, which is the US and Canada, coming together for a 2-day conference to discuss different issues about the Somali diaspora and actually just talk about our issues. So we're trying to raise funds for that and, you know, go there. So we'll probably have an event soon, fundraiser event. Come through, bring your wallet.
I just want to share that it's a wonderful idea that they just formed recently, and already they have this great ambition to go to Ohio to be part of the SSA National. So it's an amazing conference that they'll be going to, and to connect with other Somali Student Association across North America. So they're going to be representing Alberta, I believe, or Calgary. Yeah, but so they're the only ones representing Alberta, so it's a huge deal for them, and they could really use the support. So I know they have social media. I think you can find them on Instagram for SSA YYC.
Somali Student Association, pretty much, and SSA YYC. Facebook is Somali Student Associations of Calgary. We don't have Snapchat yet, but we'll get there soon.
So you can go there to find out all the recent events that they'll be doing, and this is a wonderful group, and I enjoy connecting with them because all we do is just get together and giggle like this. So just one round of applause for this. Thank you so much. We're sharing the fashion show, our presenters, our poets, and the wonderful documentary from Minneapolis, and you made it all happen with us, and I feel like even though it was very raw at some points, it's kind of flowed organically on its own. So I hope you can take something away from you for this event, and that it takes a village to raise a child, as they say. So we need to all be together, to connect together, to socialize, and not to only show up when we're grieving or celebrating weddings, but to show up at all the intervals of our lives so the youth can feel like that we have a very strong bonded community, so that other communities can enjoy our culture and enjoy the food that we have and all the music. So there's so much that the community is sharing as a diaspora. So I hope you really enjoy tonight, and thank you so much for coming.
Oh, child,